shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
Now, Barack Obama, all right, he's not of your people. He's not of your people. He's not of your nation. So here you are rallying to get this guy in the office, not realizing that you set up a man over you that's not of your nation. Now look up that word king, brother. Read it in the Hebrew and get the definition.
Yeah, the word there in the Hebrew is malak, which means king. And basically they're saying that the name of king is often applied as being the king of Israel and of individual Israelites. That's down here. Further, kings are sometimes introduced as leaders of armies. That's about it.
Introduced as leaders of armies. That's a general. So a general could be known as a king. All right. Yep. Alexander was a king. All right. Julius Caesar was a king, sat down as a king, but that was supposed to be a republic. And that's why they ultimately killed him, because they were supposed to have a republic with an appointed leader that led for a certain amount of time. So he sat there saying that he was basically the king. So that led up to his death. All right? You got something? All right, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 7:5. But thus shall you deal with them. You shall destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are...
That's racism. That's separatism. That's favoritism. This is what the Lord said. So all this nonsense, when somebody said, oh, God loves everybody equally, that's not in the scriptures. Go ahead.
The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Now let's go back to where we left off in Deuteronomy 28. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
Basically, that means you're going to have a lot of land. You're going to be respected and honored anywhere you go on the planet Earth. You're going to have cattle as far as the eye can see, and then some. So if you're going to have cattle, you're going to have land. Like I said earlier, you're going to have grass. You're going to have fertile land. All right. If you have if you have cattle and you have land and you have fertile land, you're going to have great vegetation in the form of corn and in the form of wheat and the form of whatever that's grown out of the ground. All right, go ahead.
It says, blessed shall be thy basket and thy store.
That's your basket and your store is talking about your business and your surplus. You're going to have a lot of surplus. Go ahead.
Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
So you're going to be born in a blessed world, and you're going to leave a blessed world. Your spirit's going to go back into the spiritual world, but you're going to go out blessed. Now you can't say that applies over here in America. You got some of these niggas out here that are born in this world blessed because their parents sold their soul to the spiritual demon Satan, man. Go ahead.
The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
Yeah, so if you get pulled over by the cops, your enemy, which is a cop, comes up, they're supposed to be smitten right before you, man. That's not happening. You want to prove that to yourself? Go through a damn red light and keep moving. See if the Most High strike the cop down when he go to pull your ass over. Go ahead. Oh, go on a well-to-do neighborhood among Edomites and just walk down there. Get your boys, you Jakes, just walk down there and hang out down there and see how fast the cops put your ass to the ground. Go ahead.
It says, they shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. The Lord shall command the blessings upon thee in thy storehouses and in all that thou settest thine hand unto.
Anything you do, you know, you got people that want to dream of setting up a business, but they had those fears. I don't know if the business is going to make it. The first, you know, in our kingdom, when we're blessed, whatever business you decide to set up, you know, it's going to work. How many Jakes have opened up businesses and went out of business? All you bird-brained Negroes that got those loans from the different Edomite banks, from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which were government, semi or quasi-governmental banks, because Bush pushed that nonsense out. Everybody deserves their own home, and that led to Freddie, and he pushed that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And what happened? You got a mortgage. All of a sudden, you were paying $12,000 a month. You might have had a 2-family house. You had some people move down in there. You had $12,000. You had your woman. She might have been a fucking nurse. You might have been driving a damn bus. And you know, you put your income together, and that was no problem. You got that with $12,000. That was $300 a week. That was no problem. But then, two years down the road, it started going up. You were late on the payment, and the mortgage, everything went up. Late charges. Then all of a sudden, that $12,000 went from $12,000 to $1,350. You said, "Oh, we can swing it from $1,350 to $15,000." You know, you say, "Oh, they'll work," so they're giving me all overtime. You know, then the overtime stopped. Then it went up to $1,650. Then it went up to $17,000. Then it went up to $2,200. Then it went up to $2,500. Then you got your car notes because you had to look good in your Mercedes and your damn Hummer 3. All right? And the pool that you got and the boat that you got in the damn harbor some goddamn where that you got to pay rent on. So you had to sell that boat, and then your wife got laid off. So that's when the curses got on your ass. And then eventually you couldn't pay for the house, and guess what? You had to give the house up because the house was foreclosed on. So you're not in a blessed place. Go ahead.
And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself.
Because you niggas seem to think the Lord brought you over here to bless you, man. Do you remember how you got over here? You got over here enslaved. You came over here against your will. I'm talking about your foreparents. The reason why you Negroes, American Negroes, are over here is because your foreparents are brought over here against their will to serve slavery under the hands of the so-called white man. Number one, the so-called Jew. Go ahead.
The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee. If thou shalt keep the commandment of the Lord thy power, and walk in his ways, and all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. And the Lord shall make thee...
Ain't nobody afraid of you, man. Ain't nobody afraid of you, Negroes. They make fun of you. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, and in the fruits of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground. In the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee, the Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land.